The perfect pet doesn't exist, or wait, it does. Meet the astonishing axolotl. 4 years ago, I decided to get one. Or actually 3 to be exact. Pharaoh, Mario, and Cecilia, my little water dragons. And honestly, getting them was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Why? Because axolotls are not only fascinating, but also incredibly cute animals that win hearts with their ever-smiling faces. They're unique, they're weird, but in the best possible way. And if you follow a few key steps, they truly are the perfect pet. So let's get started. Welcome back to Spot on Pet Life. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want more axolotl content, tips, and fun stories about my little crew. Step 1. Set up their tank right. Axolotls may be weird little amphibians, but they don't actually ask for much. They just need a stable home. And the bigger the tank, the better. Why? Because more water means more stability. Small tanks swing like crazy. One pinch too much food or one hot day, and suddenly your water parameters are out of control. With a larger tank, everything balances out easier, and you'll spend less time stressing over maintenance. Filtration is another must. A good canister filter works wonders. It holds tons of beneficial bacteria and keeps your water crystal clear. Sponge or waterfall filters, they can work, but they're not nearly as powerful. And remember, your filter doesn't replace water changes, but it definitely makes your life easier. And of course, test your water. It doesn't matter if you've had your tank running for 5 months or 5 years. Regular testing keeps you one step ahead of problems. Step 2. Keep it simple. Now when it comes to decorating the tank, the key is don't overdo it. Axolotls love hides, caves, tubes, or even ornaments where they can chill out. Plants are also great, especially if you use real ones. They actively help stabilize your water parameters, which is an amazing bonus. In my tank, I keep plants in small, interchangeable ornaments. If one gets damaged, I can swap it out quickly without tearing down the whole tank. Simple, effective, and stress-free. But here's the thing. Too much clutter can be stressful. Axolotls need open space to move, hunt, and do their quirky swimming. And whatever you do, avoid gravel. They'll eat it, and it can cause serious impaction. If you want something on the bottom, go with fine sand, or something axolotl safe like Axagravel. Step 3. Feeding is surprisingly easy. Here's one of the coolest parts. Axolotls are not demanding eaters. They only need feeding twice a week. Healthy adults can even go up to 2 weeks without food. Not recommended regularly, but it shows how tough they are. Juveniles, though, need daily feeding, and then you slowly reduce it to every other day as they grow. The food itself is simple too. Worms are their favorite, and you can mix in live or frozen food. Big worms like Canadian nightcrawlers, chop them into smaller pieces first. It makes things easier for your axolotl. Overfeeding is the real danger. I remember the transition when mine hit adulthood. Suddenly, leftovers were everywhere. That was my sign to slow down feedings. Step 4. Relax. They're resilient. This is a big one. People often think axolotls are fragile, but honestly, they're tougher than you think. Take Pharaoh, for example. Not long ago, he fought off a pretty serious fungus infection. With careful treatment, including black tea baths, and lots of extra love, he bounced back beautifully. His gills are still healing, but every day they look better. Even during our 600-kilometer move from Belgium to Germany, all 3 handled the trip surprisingly well. Of course, it caused some stress, but with the right care, they adapted quickly. So don't be scared. Axolotls can handle more than most tropical fish ever could. Step 5. They don't demand constant attention. Let's be real, not everyone has time for a pet that needs 24/7 attention. Dogs need daily walks. Cats demand cuddles at the most inconvenient times. But axolotls, they're independent. You don't need to entertain them all day. As long as their tank is healthy, they're perfectly content doing their own thing. That makes them amazing for people who want a pet they can enjoy and bond with, without it taking over their entire schedule. Step 6. fascinating biology, and regeneration. Here's where axolotls blow every other pet out of the water. These little guys can regrow limbs, parts of their spinal cord, even pieces of their heart and brain. Scientists study them to learn how regeneration works, which means, in a way, your axolotl is part of cutting-edge science. And then there's their hunting style. When they strike, it's like a vacuum. One big gulp and the prey disappears. It's both hilarious and impressive. Step 7. Cute but quirky personalities. Every axolotl has its own quirks. Pharaoh loves his hide and only comes out when he feels like it. Mario, he's my bulldozer. If I place decorations, I can bet money he'll push them around within the hour. And Cecilia, my little girl, explores every single corner like it's brand new every day. They're calm and docile, but still full of personality. That's what makes them so fun to watch. Step 8. Low-cost, long-term pets. Here's another reason they're the perfect pet. They don't break the bank. Sure, the initial setup can cost a bit. Tank, filter, chiller, hides. But once that's done, their upkeep is surprisingly affordable. Worms are cheap, pellets last forever, and water testing kits don't cost much either. And let's not forget, axolotls live a long time. 10 to 15 years is common, sometimes even longer. That means they're not just a short-term pet, but a companion for years to come. Step 9. They can be left alone safely. Going on holiday, with most pets, it's a nightmare. You need a sitter, daily feedings, constant care. With axolotls, it's different. Adults can go up to 2 weeks without food, which means a weekend trip or even a full week away is no problem. Just make sure your water parameters are stable and your chiller is working. Of course, for longer trips, get someone to check in. But compared to most pets, axolotls are refreshingly low maintenance when you're away. Step 10. The fun factor. At the end of the day, axolotls are just plain fun. They've got this permanent goofy smile, they float around like little aliens, and they strike like underwater ninjas when it's feeding time. They're weird, they're wonderful, and they're endless entertaining. Pharaoh, Mario, and Cecilia bring joy into my life every single day. And if you're willing to follow these steps, I promise they can do the same for you. So there you go. 10 reasons axolotls really are the perfect pet. If you found this helpful, check out my other videos for more axolotl facts, tips, and complete guides. And let me know in the comments, would you ever consider getting an axolotl, or do you already have one? What's the weirdest thing yours has ever done? If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe for more axolotl videos, and check out my care guides if you're thinking of getting one yourself. Until next time, keep your tank cool, your worms wiggly, and your axolotls happy. See ya!